right now, you guys are on the road for your Slaying It tour, your holiday themed tour. So what can people look forward to when they show up to see Straight No Chaser in concert?
What we do is we take music that you may know and know really well, and we kind of put our Straight No Chaser twist on it. Acapella is such a niche type of genre, but what we like to do is take what you think of as acapella and put a little bit of coolness on it, if that's even a word that can use with acapella. But we're super excited. We have stuff from some classics, we have some originals. We're just giving you something straight, no chaser, a little different than what you're used to.
We have 12 brand new songs we've never performed before. They're in the show right now, so it's really kind of a refreshing show for us and for the audience.
And I mean, you guys are the originals. I mean, you're two of the originals. So I mean, what has the journey been like?
When I first got the call and, Craig Kelman from Atlantic Records called me and said, can you get everybody back together and tour and record? It seemed kind of like, who is this, a prank call?
Yeah, I was over in Hong Kong working as Simba in The Lion King. It's 4 a.m. my time over there, and I get the call. And, a lot of times we like to prank each other and play jokes to each other. But I thought that this was something that 4 a.m. you don't do to me unless you're really serious. So I got the call, and I told Simba, Mufasa, and Nala, see you later. I'm out of here. I'm going back to see my friends. So no offense to Lion King. It was fun, but this is touring and singing with my best friends, a glorified college reunion. What more could you ask for?
So what do you guys enjoy most about performing, especially during the holidays?
It's really great to be a part of someone's tradition. I mean, I think that's the thing I take the most honor in, is that somebody comes through and says, in our house, the season doesn't start till we put on one of your CDs, or if you're coming to town, we make sure our family's going to be there too. And we take the kids, we take the grandparents, and everyone comes to the show. And that's like the kickoff of the Christmas season for us. And that means, a lot, because I think back to my Christmas, memories as a child, and thinking of being a part of someone's, that's probably the thing that touches our hearts the most.
Yeah, I think Randy touched on it best. It is great to be a family tradition. It's great to have this camaraderie we have. I think that what it's refreshing is that people sing, we're not singing at them, we're singing with them. We always break that fourth wall. You're a part of our show, and every show is different. Not one show is the same. I mean, we might sing the same songs, but the jokes will switch or something will happen. And that's the thing. We actually look forward to those things because it gives us something more of a story to tell. Hey, did you see what happened? Yeah, I tripped on that song. Yeah, I saw you trip. We saw that one audience member with that crazy hat on his head. It's those type of memories that we love to take with us. And especially when people give us those messages to say, look, thank you for doing this. This has been our family tradition for 13 years. So we want to be a part of the tradition, and we love being a part of it.
So let's talk about your breakthrough in 2006. Let's talk about your rendition of the 12 Days of Christmas. We're going to go back in time.
We made a tradition on campus. So we, starting this group, we had no idea it was going to blow up to be like this. So we didn't really want to sing the songs that were in the choir. Nothing wrong with the choir. We were just kind of bored with it. We wanted to start something that we could have, put our stamp on it. Dan Ponce, who started the group, came to us and said, hey, man, my buddies go to these other schools. They have these a cappella groups, and they get to sing for food and for girls. What more of a higher calling could that be for us? We all said, sign us up. And look, the rest was history. But to see how we started, we knocked on dorms. We sang in sororities. We sang everywhere and anywhere people would listen. And that basically showed out this grassroots style, how kind of worked for us, that people saw that this was not put together. We made this happen. So being the OGs of the group, to see the fruits of our labor is still working for us every day. We still have to pinch ourselves every day. This is a dream. We're living our dreams over something we started for food and girls.
Yeah, I mean, this started in the late 90s, and then the university had us back in 2006 as a reunion, like our 10-year reunion. And I had these old clips of us, and so I just threw on YouTube so we could send them across the country to reminisce and enjoy. And then it was the fall of 2007 that video of the 12 Days of Christmas went viral. I think now it's at 25 million views or something like that, but it went viral, and that was what got us the attention of the record label, which was a surprise to all of us.
It was us and Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Right? YouTube sensation. I know. I love that. It's those stories that we all love to get behind, right? So what was the experience like reuniting the group?
It was great. I mean, the first phone call, like I said, I thought it was a prank. And then we got to call every one of the guys individually and say, hey, what are you doing on this date? We're going to go to New York and we're going to sing in the office of Atlantic Records. Can you believe it? And we all kind of had this positive attitude of like, hey, even if it all fails, and they look at us and they laugh, we're having this paid-for weekend in New York as a reunion for ourselves, and we just always had a positivity going into it, and then it really turned around and gave positivity back to us.
Straight No Chaser has a new holiday EP, Stocking Stuffer. What was the vibe that you wanted to capture with this record?
This was a good time vibe. I mean, we've got some Nat King Cole on there. We have done how many albums now? I've lost track.
Like 4 or 5 Christmas albums.
We're not real sure we there's any Christmas songs left, but somehow, some way, we were able to find some that we still haven't done. Like we said, we'd like to put a fresh take on stuff that's been out there. You know, we have some original songs on this album that are the guys have knocked it out the box. It's just a good time album. The great compliment we've been hearing is that you just put it on and go do your business. You cook, you clean, you do whatever you're doing. You're cooking cookies. It's one of those good time CDs, and that's really good for us because that's what we want it to be. I don't think I sang one solo on this album without smiling the entire time singing it. You can feel it and feel the joy that we're giving. And like I said, being that there's still Christmas songs left for us to do, we got to go do them.
Let's talk about a few of those tracks on the EP. Where did you get the idea to pay homage to Walker Hayes' country tune Fancy Like with your inspired parody Christmas Like?
That was actually one of the guys in the group. Walt Fancy Like was just kind of taking radio and also TikTok and Reels on Instagram. Everything was being parodied and done in that way. And so we thought, hey, well, we can we're known for being a Christmas group. We can put a spin on that. So Walter Chase of the group is actually one who arranged that and came up with that idea.
And Walker actually has seen the video, liked it, has commented on it. So it was kind of cool to make sure that the original artist was okay with us doing a song, but he really thought it was a clever take and let us know so. So it was kind of cool to be able to reach out to stars like that.
That's really cool because you never know. Sometimes it could go sour and you're like, exactly. Right? And you put out a fun music video for Christmas Like. How do you feel the video reflects the spirit of the song?
I just remember that day. That day was so fun to do because, again, we take risk. We take these risks of doing these songs, put it out there, and hey, it could be a positive reaction, negative reaction, no reaction at all. So this was one of the most positive reaction songs we've ever done. We've had so many people that are just writing that like this is now part of our Christmas tradition. Christmas Like, we have my kids and kids around the country are saying this is our favorite video. I just remember exactly that day. It was just a fun-filled day of us just making what we do. We take our music seriously. We don't take ourselves too seriously. And I think that video was a reflection of all that. We're making fun of ourselves as well as trying to put together good content, and it worked out. So you throw it against the wall, see what sticks. And we definitely do a lot of that.
Another great track, Christmas Night with You. Is it ever intimidating to write a new original holiday song? And what do you think is the key to success?
Yeah, that song was written by the newest member of the group, Freedom Young. He came in basically with this Christmas idea when he first came into the group. He said, I've got this idea for a Christmas song that I wrote, and, what do you guys think? And we thought this was, because like you said, it's tough to be able to put a clever touch on a Christmas song with so many good Christmas songs out there. So him coming in the group with an original song that was successful and fun, we still perform it. We had it on this tour. It's such a fun little take on Christmas and a perspective from Santa and Mrs. Claus that people don't get to see. Everybody hears about the mistletoe and the Christmas tree. They never actually hear about what Miss Claus thinks about this whole situation. So it was clever. We enjoy singing that song.
And you also made another music video for Christmas Night with You. What are the challenges of filming a music video when you have 9 guys in a group? And how do you keep the creative solutions, coming?
We kind of brainstorm ourselves a little bit, but we also have a professional team that kind of guides us, because a lot of times we're shooting music videos and we are on tour on the road. So it might be, all right, guys, on this particular Monday in Florida, we have the opportunity to, a time off to shoot this music video. So we got to do a location scouting, find where we're going to film, make sure we're going to get costumes in, to get a camera crew. And so it's a lot of logistical things that we have to fall into place to shoot a music video while you're in the middle of a tour and not near an LA soundstage, for example.
Yeah, and a lot of times it's a little tough because you shoot so far ahead. It was still warm outside, so it's tough to be doing a Christmas song when it's 80, 90 degrees outside. But that's where our acting comes into play. We act like it's cold. We do the fake snow and things of that nature. But it's a lot of fun to do a lot of these things when you're doing with your friends. You're doing with your colleagues that we're all in this for the same purpose, and we all enjoy each other. So that's what makes it a lot more fun. When we're singing together as friends, you're seeing the trueness. I think that's what people enjoy coming to our show. They see the camaraderie. They see how we are with each other. We are the same way off stage as we are on stage. Again, we're brothers. We've known each other half our lives. I mean, it's over 26 years we've been singing together. So I think we all know each other pretty well, ins and outs. So it works.
Let's talk about one of the Christmas classics on the Stocking Stuffer EP, I mean, when you're approaching songs and the classics like Little Drummer Boy, Feliz Navidad, what's the process of arranging it in a way that maintains the spirit of the song, but putting your Straight No Chaser flavor in it?
The beautiful thing about our group is we have some amazing arrangers and writers in this group. Everything is done in-house. So the arrangers are the ones that come up with the idea. And then when they feed it to the group, there might be some guys that, hey, why don't you add this or take this out or do that? So Little Drummer Boy, again, was another arrangement by Freedom Young. We gave him the challenge of take Little Drummer Boy as you know it and change it, but make sure it's good. And look, these guys are taking these challenges head on. And that is one of the funner songs on the album, one of our most popular songs in the show. We keep challenging each other, stepping up arrangements. He came to us, we're like, wow, okay, this is a powerhouse. So these guys are challenging themselves, and it's always a challenge, but they're doing their job. These arrangers are knocking it out of the box.
I mean, it's cool hearing like the behind the scenes. We aren't privy to all this, and it's so fascinating to me. Are there any other tracks on the EP that are special to you, or that you're most excited for people to discover and add to their Christmas playlist?
One I didn't hear was called I Pray on Christmas, which is a Harry Connick Jr. song. I never heard the song before, and one of the arrangers brought it to me and said, hey, man, I think you could do a nice soulful rendition of this. And it was something that, it's one of the crowd favorites, my family's favorite, and it challenges you. And I think that's great. I think what they do is these arrangers are challenging you, because when you hear the song, you want to hear our version of it. Harry Connick has an amazing version of it, but what can we that's different that people can listen to and say, oh, they did a little difference there. I hear this, I hear that. So that was an example for me of a song that I didn't hear before, but I'm a huge fan of, and I love enjoying singing it.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites to perform in the show as well. Sometimes things are better when they're made a little simpler, and it's not a overly complex or trying too hard kind of arrangement. The simplicity, I think, is what makes it so clean and clear and nice to hear.
And what's the most rewarding part about being in Straight No Chaser?
Coming on stage and seeing the audiences out there. Our audiences, we've had 3, 4, 5, 7,000 people. We still have to say, wow, how are these people out here to watch us sing? Well, this is still a cool thing. I mean, we have been doing this for so many years, but you never take it for granted that these people are paying their hard-earned dollars to come watch us sing, because it brings them joy. Even for 90 minutes, 2 hours, we're trying to take you outside of something and put you inside of something else that we enjoy. You're going to walk away with smiling. You're going to have some tears. You have some laughter. We're going to take you through the full gamut. After every show, we come out and we sign autographs and take pictures. And to see and hear the words that people are saying to us, that what it means to them to be a part of this, that's what makes it all worth it. I go to bed every night laying my head down, knowing that I just made a lot of people's day, made a lot of people's week, whatever it is. We took them for a moment out of reality, and they just kind of like being in this fantasy with us. So let's take it as far as they want to go. And I enjoy this. This is one of the most amazing things we're doing in life.
Yeah, we have the front row seat of being witness to the power of music. I mean, in watching people be positively affected. Someone in signing line the other night said, I've had a tough week. I lost my job this week, and this is the first time I've smiled in 10 days or something like that. And having that kind of impact on people through music is fantastic. And especially when these same people come back, they kind of feel like family. We had a woman and her twin sons come through the line last week who they've been coming to our shows since they were 7, and now both the sons are in graduate school. And so it's really neat to be feeling like we're part of these families that come to our shows.
It makes us feel a little old when they say, I saw you in elementary school. It's like, yeah, well, thanks for that. But but look, that is something we never thought we'd be, but now we've become a tradition. And it's something that people, hopefully for years to come, we'd love to hear those, hey, I put on your album today and it made me smile. Thank you. That goes a long way. And then, people say, I know you get tired of hearing it. No, we don't get tired of hearing it. That means that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. And the reasons for the seasons. And so we're very excited about keeping this tradition and keeping people engaged with us.
Yeah, it makes me think of a story. We had a young Marine come through line one year, and he said that every Sunday, his platoon, they would all get together and they would listen to the Christmas album together. And that was their way on a Sunday of feeling connected to home during the holidays. And that was, really touching to hear that.
It's so cool to hear that from a group of your caliber. So how much does your guys' sense of humor influence the way you write and arrange the songs?
We're a glorified fraternity that's getting to live their just dream. So we understand the importance. And what's wrong with laughter? I think it's one of the most amazing ways of expression. And I think, we leave those other channels and those other things for those serious topics. That's not for us. Ours is to make sure that we break you away from the everyday reality. Even if for 90 minutes or 2 hours of our show, whatever, we want to take you to how we interact. We are truly brothers that get along. We fight, but we also know that comedy and laughter is the greatest way to get rid of some of the things that are going on in life. So we make sure that we go into it knowing that we're not looking to get the right to laugh, but we know that the things we can do will make the people laugh. You can't find a viral moment, you just happen to make them. And that's what we're trying to do. We just go every day thinking about how can we take this and make it a little more funnier, or make you smile, or something that's as serious, not as serious. So that's the whole taking our music serious, not ourselves at all.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to see our humor. If you watch our live show, there's always there's the famous, reels or things of musicians who had a meltdown on stage because something technical went wrong and they stormed off or they got mad. And with us, if something goes wrong, you'll see us all laughing. You'll see us break down. You'll see us pointing fun at someone who messed up or dropped their microphone, or if we have a major malfunction. We were in Los Angeles a couple of years ago and the power went off in the entire block we were in, and we figured out that we were going to still do the show, and we went through and did the show with only the emergency lights on in the building and no microphones. So we always try to roll with it and have a good attitude and make everything fun that we can.
Are there any topics that you guys have been like, oh, let's reel this in, this sense of humor? Have there ever been anything that you're like, let's not go there?
I know myself, I go up to the line, I probably won't jump over it, but I get pretty close to it. But we're also, we're in our mid-40s, so we should know better. And I still have a mom and dad that'll sit there and tell me, boy, I know you didn't just say that on national television. So, we have common sense with that when it comes to those things. But we also know that, hey, we're going to push the envelope a little bit more than we should be.
In a lot of these cities on tour we've been to before, so we kind of know what buttons we can push to get a reaction or a gentle boo if we're going to rib them about the local sports team or who their rivalry is, that kind of thing. We always have a good time with that.
So my last question, what would you say makes Straight No Chasers EP Stocking Stuffer the perfect stocking stuffer this holiday season?
The title. I mean, if you're looking for a stocking stuffer, you found exactly it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the stocking stuffer, it's not usually the big gift. It's not the full album. It's a little something to take with you, a little something that, ooh, I didn't know I needed this, but I do need this. It's a pair of socks or some underwear, it's a new toothbrush, it's just something for everybody in this album. I think that's what we do for our show. We do the broad spectrum from 8 to 80. People will enjoy listening to this album and get exactly what we talk about. They can hear the laughter. They can see the jokes. They can see the camaraderie. So Stocking Stuffer is a great little, it is a great name. It's a stocking stuffer. It's just a little something for you.
Well, thanks again for your time, and have fun in the rest of your tour. And yeah, thanks so much for sharing everything.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Great. Bye.